Hey English teacher, let me tell you something. Stop teaching English. I know that's counterintuitive, but that's exactly what you should be doing. So what you should do instead, you should teach your students how to use the language for communication as opposed to teaching them about the language, right? So you're gonna stop teaching them about present perfect continuous and simple past and how to use the first conditional or how to use certain adjectives and verbs and so on and so forth. Right? But why you should be listening to me? Let me introduce myself. I'm Vanderlei Santana. I'm the founder of English Mentoring Academy, and my job is to help teachers like you to take your career to the next level by teaching more effectively and becoming an English mentor instead of an English teacher. English teacher teaches about the language. English mentor teach them how to use the language for communication. Right? So how you're going to be doing that exactly? You're going to be doing that by using a framework consisting of two parts. So basically, when you're teaching your lesson, you're going to write down, by the end of this lesson, my students will be better able to da 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 da. And then what exactly you want to enable them to do by the end of the lesson. Okay, so for example, as opposed to teaching the present perfect continuous and plan your lesson around this topic, what they're going to be doing is what exactly they're going to be better able to do using this grammar structure. So for example, by the end of this lesson, my students will be better able to talk about their work experience. Beautiful. So for example, they're going to be learning how to say, for example, I work for this company and I've been working for this company for the last X, Y, and Z years, right? So what I'm doing, I'm using the present perfect continuous, but I'm focusing on the communication, the message behind the structure. So that's the first part of the framework. By the end of this lesson, my students will be better able to do something. So most of the time you're going to be using the verb talk or the verb write. Okay? The second part of this framework is the context. Don't get confused. The context is not the topic of the lesson. The context is the real life scenario, the real life situation in which they will be using that certain language. In this example, we could be doing something like, by the end of this lesson, my students will be better able to talk about their work experience in the context of a job interview. Boom, that's exactly what they should be doing. What they're going to be better able to do and in which context. This way, you're never going to have to use all that grammar structures and names and the form, focusing on the form instead of focusing on the message. Got it? By the end of this lesson, my students would be better able to do something in the context of, and then you describe the context, a real life situation in which they're going to be using that language. All right? So before we wrap it up, okay, I just want to say that I'm an English teacher myself, certified by the University of Cambridge. I hold a degree in psychoanalysis, neurolinguistic programming, and hypnosis. So all this knowledge combined, it's exactly what I used and what I'm be using to transform the lives of hundreds or even thousands of English teachers around the world. Okay, so all you have to do now, if you want to keep receiving content like this so you can take your career to the next level, I just want you to click on the button below right somewhere and then follow us on our Instagram so we can keep sending you and you can keep having access to this kind of knowledge, right? Do you have any fellow teachers that you believe should be listening to this? Okay, just share this content with them and you're going to be seeing more information on our Instagram. Bye-bye.